I should have trusted my gut. It started like every other OfferUp deal. I had been scrolling for a used Nintendo Switch and finally found one for cheap. The seller messaged me back almost instantly. He said his name was Alex. Friendly enough. No red flags. We agreed to meet at the Walmart parking lot off Claremont Mesa Boulevard around 9 p.m. I figured Walmart was safe. Bright lights, security cameras, police always coming and going. When I pulled in, the lot was busy near the front, but Alex told me his car was towards the back, less crowded. That should have been the first sign that something was weird. I drove back there anyways. That's when I saw a beat-up silver sedan, parked far from everything else. Headlights off. No movement inside that I could tell. I pulled up a few spaces away. Texted him. "Hey, I'm here. Which car?" The reply came fast. Silver Civic. Backseat's unlocked. I looked closer. There are 3 people in the car. 2 in front and 1 in the back. Just sitting there. Not talking. Not moving. All of them staring straight ahead. I froze. Alex hadn't mentioned anyone else being there. And why would he tell me the backseat was unlocked? Did he want me to go back there and open it myself? I decided to play it cool. "Do you mind stepping out? I want to check the switch before I pay." No response. Instead, I watched as the back passenger door slowly opened. No one moved inside still. The door just swung open. That's when I noticed the interior lights were out as well. I could see inside, but I couldn't see their faces. Not really. Just faint outlines. All 3 heads turned towards me at the same time, perfectly in sync. Very slowly. Something about the way they moved, stiff, mechanical, made every hair on my body stand up. I didn't get out. I didn't even put my car in park. I just threw it in reverse and got out of there. It looked like their faces were without eyes, ears, and a mouth. Just some kind of plain face staring right back at me. This was a little too much for me. I didn't get out. I put the car in reverse and drove out of there. Once I reversed out of there, I put it in drive and sped out so fast I almost hit a shopping cart. Alex texted again when I was halfway home. "You should have gotten in. The deal was only good if you would have gotten in." I blocked him on OfferUp. I reported the account. But here's the part that keeps me up at night. The next morning, I opened OfferUp just to double check. The listing was gone. So was Alex's profile, like it never existed. Now whenever I scroll for deals, I can't shake the thought, what if I had gotten in that car that night? Was it a legitimate deal? And was I just seeing things? Or was it something else? If I would have gotten in the car that night, I don't think I'd be here to warn you. So if someone ever tells you to meet them in the dark end of a parking lot, don't. Because anything can happen back there, and no one will see. I had been on OfferUp for a while, flipping random finds for extra cash. Most of the time I was buying and selling normal stuff, old electronics, furniture, some vinyl records. But when I saw a listing for a storage unit mystery box for $75, I thought it could be worth hundreds. I figured, why not? The seller's profile was bare. No photo, no reviews, just a username, Unit Guy 77. The ad said to meet at the DuPont storage facility. It wasn't in the nicest part of town, but not sketchy enough to make me back out. We agreed to meet just before sunset. When I got there, the place was practically empty. Long rows of metal doors, all painted the same faded green, stretching down narrow lines. The only car in the lot was mine. I saw the guy from a distance. He was tall, thin. He was wearing a hoodie, even though it was hot outside. He didn't say much, just, "You here for the box?" His voice was low, like he didn't want to be heard by anyone else. I nodded. He led me down the row, keys jingling faintly in his hand. He stopped at Unit 304, opened the lock, and rolled the door up. We walked inside. It was me first with him behind me, which I didn't like. But to my surprise, there was nothing in the unit, except for a single wooden chair facing the back of the unit. I laughed nervously. "So, is this the box?" There was no answer. I turned around. The seller was gone. I hadn't heard footsteps or a car leaving. Nothing. He was just gone. Before I could even process it, the unit door slammed shut behind me. It was pitch black. I yanked on the handle, but it was locked from the outside. I took my phone out and turned the light on. It was completely pitch black, except for the white beam coming from my phone. I looked around the unit, and I saw something on the chair. There was something carved into the wood. It was a word. My name. I froze. My phone buzzed. A notification from OfferUp. I glanced down. It was a message from Unit Guy 77. "Thanks for taking my place." My battery died instantly, and in the silence that followed, I heard the chair creak, like someone just sat down. I'd been using OfferUp for months without any issues. Met plenty of normal people, bought and sold a bunch of stuff, never had a problem. So when I found a sealed box labeled as a gaming headset I've been looking for half the price, I figured I'd check it out. The seller's name was Eric. No profile picture, but he responded quick. He sounded polite. He said he could meet me that afternoon in a strip mall parking lot near Chula Vista. That sounded fine to me. When I got there, Eric wasn't what I expected. Older, maybe mid-40s, faded baseball cap pulled low, sunglasses even though it was overcast. He had the box with him already, taped shut, the logo of the headset brand printed right on the top. "Brand new," he said, handing it over. "Never opened." I offered to check it first, just to be sure, but he shook his head. "Sealed, factory fresh. If you open it here, I can't resell it." But I wanted the deal, and he looked harmless enough. So I gave him the cash, and he gave me the box. Simple as that. When I got home, I set the box on the table, grabbed a knife, and sliced through the tape. When I opened it, I realized something was wrong. It wasn't a headset. It wasn't even electronics at all. Inside were photographs, dozens of them. At first I thought maybe I'd been scammed with some random junk, until I started looking closer. All the pictures were of me. Different places, different times. Me at the beach in Mission Bay with some friends. Me walking into a movie theater downtown. Me grabbing coffee before work. Years worth of photos, all taken without me knowing. My hand shook as I kept flipping through. Some of the pictures were older, like they had been taken a while ago. But the last one was brand new. Crisp. The most recent picture was of me getting up that morning to get some coffee. I could tell because I was wearing the same clothes. Was this person following me around, stalking me, and taking my pictures? I dropped a stack of pictures and grabbed my phone. I opened OfferUp, pulled up Eric's profile, but it was gone. The account was deleted. And then I realized something that made my stomach twist. The photo I had just been holding, the one of me getting coffee that morning, wasn't in the box anymore. The top of the stack was empty, like it had never been there. That's when I heard the faint click of a camera shutter coming from outside my window. Hey, Spooky Sooner here. Hope you enjoyed the stories. OfferUp 2. We're coming up with some more Japanese urban legend. I got one with Kizuragi Station, if you've ever heard of that. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna continue to release singles, so just be aware they're called Spooky Shorts. So those are just clips of videos I've already done, just in single story formats. So check them out if you like. They're shorter. Things we got coming up though, besides Kizuragi Station, we're just gonna we will do a Japanese urban legends, some other online marketplace stories. I really enjoyed the urban legend ones, so I think you might see more of those in the future, because urban legends are cool. Anything can kind of happen in them. So creating lore, exploring existing lore is interesting. So thanks for all the support. Like, share, subscribe, and stay spooky. The only in the car. It was completely pitch black. It was completely pitch black except for the white. Something about the way he was watching me felt unsettling. But I wanted the deal, and he looked harmless. But I wanted the deal. But I wanted the. Instead, I walked. Damn it. My hand shook as I kept flipping through. My hand shook. There are years worth of photos, all taken without me knowing. My hand shook as I kept flipping. He led me down the row, keys jingling faintly in his hand. He stopped at Unit 304, opened the lock, and rolled the door up. Inside was nothing. Nothing except a single wooden chair facing the back of the unit. I laughed nervously. So, where's the box?